Hey, McRed, were you expecting any company?
A neighbor from above approaches our realm. Back away now, or you'll parley with the king. Look at this ripe piece of meat just sizzling on the grill. Yum, yum. Time to feed the flames. It's nothing personal. Promise.
Is this what carbon monoxide poisoning looks like? I don't think this deck is too well ventilated.
Speaking for myself, Captain, I am not of a mind to be murdered by a psychopath who plays with fire.
You came with the crew. Welcome. We got plenty of space to spread out, but only room for one captain. I know this ain't a toy, neighbor from above. It's a catalyst, just like me. Keep talking. I like the sound of your voice.
That's right, sir. Just the parts. We'll be in and out in a jiff. You won't even know we were here.
Tennyson just keeps feeding the furnace, don't she? We're still playing with her last sacrifice out back, with the crew. You don't just ask a king for a favor when you're standing in his court. You bring tribute, sacrifices, prophecy, shit like that. Tribute it is. And ain't this just a royal sum?
Don't we need those bits, Captain? To buy the key from the lady?
The principles of the universe dictate that sometimes we must appease others to keep from being roasted alive.
You've got the run of the kingdom. Up those stairs, you'll find the parts. My crew won't get in your way. Lay it on me, boss. I'm good for it. Ship got impounded. The crew and I racked up a debt while we were grounded, and my baby got sold to Sublight. Scrapped for parts. That's bureaucracy for you. Am I your dark reflection? Shit, must be getting old. Stay here too. You can come and go in my little kingdom.
Quietly now.
Red gave me a taste of the good stuff. I've been tripping for days.
Careful with that shit. You'll end up as crazy as
It takes crazy to live in this universe. Crazy cosmos. Crazy cosmos. Bullshit.
Wake up. There's no such thing as pizza. It's all open-faced pasta.
You've been getting into the boss's special stash again, haven't you?
Yule's gonna be pleased as pie when we show her these.
Can you imagine being frozen for 10 years, sailing through space in a room such as this?
You get that automech pass? McRed wants that one right.
I'm trying to think of a good name before I wake it up.
Don't give it a name. What do you think? Hasn't got a heart?
Does everyone get branded when they join McRed's crew? We got another complaint. People don't like worms in their shrooms.
Aw, they're just telling the story. Besides, they're my friends.
Worm fixation is screwing with our bottom line. When I look, are you one of us yet?
Smells kind of like old Bess's outflow pipes. Ugh.
You've returned, and in one piece. Color. Good work. I'll take those. I need you to head through the large door at the far end of engineering. Take the elevator down into the machinery. There's a terminal in the back. Activate it when I call over the ship's PA. And bring weapons. There's a slight mantipillar infestation. More than a few. Less than a hive. Nothing you can't handle. We were salvaging...
Don't worry, Miss Junlei. We'll be super gentle with the ship. You don't got a thing to worry about. I mean, aside from fires and such.
I'm genuinely heartened to hear that. Thank you.
Limping a bit. You all right, Mr. Vicar? Need us to slow down?
What are you implying? I am perfectly fit. My knee is just acting up.
There's no shame in being older, Mr. Vicar. Don't worry. So, like I was saying,
Song tells me the security mechanical. Bad news. Diagnostic says their circuit boards are fused from the so they're not communicating with the radio network. Think fast if you can. Shoot back if you need to. I can always fix them later.
I have your back.
everyone all right?
Sister.
Down they go.
That's the terminal. I have the parts. Don't cycle the drop. Just look for a command that says cycle drop the pump. Done. The temperatures are dropping. Stop by once you found your way out of there. Groundbreaker owes you things.
You don't seem to like traveling with us much.
Why in the architect's name would you say that?
It's just that you're real grouchy. Kinda all the time?
I'm not grouchy. I'm just irritated by inane questions.
Yeah, see, when you say it like that, it makes me wonder.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly...
My boards are returning to green. What a weight that is off my shoulders. I don't normally tolerate outsiders mucking about. The temperature should be dropping as we speak. If you've got time, I believe Edna has... Frustrating. Plus, there's no time to train... Sure is. The Tennysons came over on the Groundbreaker. My grandmother, Chief Gang, kept it together during the crossing, and I was promoted only recently, when my mom died.
They must have been amazing people to have taught you.
That means a lot coming from a fellow engineer. It was different knowing that I couldn't turn to anyone who could answer the tough questions. Maybe you can see why I'm protective of Groundbreaker. This ship is family. It's got tinkerings and bypasses that only Tennysons know about.
Oh, gosh. I don't know. I'm really just a dab hand.
Don't sell yourself short. It doesn't take a seasoned pro to tinker on Groundbreaker. Just someone who knows how a ship ought to feel. We're always thirsting for help. If you could find your way around this labyrinth of ducts and panels, we could work something out. You've got my attention. You're right, I don't. The board is after two things, bits and power, and they only get it by sticking their nose where it doesn't belong. I placate them when I have something to offer, but I can also be a real hard-ass. It'd be a joy if I could kick out the corporate merchants and reclaim the docking fees in my lifetime. Too much of Groundbreaker's income is flowing in the wrong... You've got my attention.
I'm just gonna hang in the back and try not to touch anything.
Ah, yes. Wheeler messaged me you were coming. You must be the captain of the Unreliable, a vessel that used to be helmed by one Alex Hawthorne. And you are not he. Has something happened to my favorite scruffy freelancer? Oh no, this is terrible. My dear friend, what devilry is this? In whose miserable fever dream am I trapped? Oh, Alex. There were so many arguments we'd yet to have. He was my dearest friend. My only friend. You have his ship, you must know. That picture of us on the promenade, me hugging him, him wincing. I keep a copy beside my bed. Did he? Ah, that's just like him. Such a sentimental man. Tell me, how did he die? Oh, awful business that. But why? How? No. Best not to ask after the gory details. Right. You're going important places, I'm sure. Big, exciting, important places. There, I've removed the flag from your ship. I'm terribly sorry for the inconvenience. However, before you go, Alex promised to tell me the location of Phineas Wells. I'm sure you've seen his wanted posters all over the colony. Did Alex tell you where Wells might be? Anything at all? You haven't read the posters? He's a terrorist, a thief, a madman. It's really in the colony's best interest that we stop him before he does further harm. Well, Alex knew, or he said he did. And you have his ship. Maybe he kept some records around, or a conveniently placed note on his bedside table. That's... well, that's just terrible news. Law, what am I going to do now? The board will have my head. Oh, I'm sorry. This is terribly unprofessional of me. Is there... It's personal business, I'm afraid. Miserably, terribly personal. Information on the whereabouts of Phineas Wells would go a long way. It's... well, it's my white whale, I suppose. It's fine, really. It's perfect. Now, if you've nothing else, please be my guest.
Oh, good law! Who'd want to go to that toxic hell pit? No. Emphatically no. Unequivocally no. Immutably no. Best to be clear, I believe.
I'm the certified representative of the board's interests here on the Groundbreaker. I'm their eyes, ears, and busy little hand. I have few complaints.
You refer to the radiator issue? Oh, goodness, it was dreadful. Chief Tennyson certainly did take her time resolving it. I owe you a debt, then. I was going through 3-4 shirts a day. Still, that Tennyson... deplorable conduct. My superiors will be hearing about it.
She did everything she could. It was your people's fault, not Junlei's.
My, aren't you... excitable.
But hey, she's not... She's real good at her job, Captain. I just don't like this walk-in mustache speaking rude of her is all. Not after all she's given up for the station. But I suppose you're right.
Well, now that that's dealt with, might we get back to business? Oh, you've noticed my friends. Wonderful. They're here to keep the peace, of course. Precisely. Groundbreaker makes much ado about its independent status, and so resents. When the alternative is board guards at their gates, yes, I do. They don't see it that way, of course. A luxury stateroom, reserved for Chairman Rockwell's use. Oh, good law, of course not. He'd never set foot on this decrepit junk pile. As this office is the primary embassy for the board on Groundbreaker, corporate bylaws specifically state a room must be maintained for the chairman's exclusive use. Ask away.
BNP, I can't believe it.
Oh, neat! They got stuff in here I ain't seen in ages.
Now, this should prove interesting, to say the least.
Hey, Mr. Vicker. Do you ever get a little bit homesick for Edgewater? That ocean stink.
No, I do not.
Welcome to Sublight Salvage and Shipping, a legitimate business for legitimate consumers. You the one flying the Unreliable? Miss Lily has been expecting you. I'll unlock the door. Sure am. A few years back, they got me started on simple acquisitions. You know those latches they put on cargo? These days,
So you're the new captain in town. I was hoping you'd make your way to my office. Saves me the work of hunting you down. Lilia Hagen, CEO and Executive Director of Aggressive Operations. I'm guessing you already know about Sublight, otherwise you wouldn't have come. Charmed. It's nice to see the Unreliable again. Useful ship. Hawthorne was my contractor. I'd recognize that leaky boat of his anywhere. I didn't ask. I have a salvage job for someone light on corporate ties with a reliable set of wings. But there's a catch.
Just like in the serials.
If you have a nav key to Stellar Bay, the job's yours. Interested? First, an embargo that's been active ever since the board pulled its forces off-world. Few regulations, plenty of freedom. And second, all the goodies that no one had time to pack. I like that initiative, but ease back on the throttle. Gladys at the Rest and Go might have what you need. If there's anything else, be quick. These days, the scrap business all but not all. Your words. Hey. So, I like to think of myself. Ask. I have nothing to hide. I don't charge for me.
Really in jail, Mr. Max? And you were our vicar?
Yes, but as I've repeatedly said, I was assigned there as a vicar. I was not a prisoner.
I just can't believe you lied.
I was not lying. It had no bearing on my ability to minister to my flock, and was...
Are you listening to me, Emfuru? You can't keep me out of there.
Scene, Dr. Fenhill.
I am not making a scene.
pardon me.
Can't say I've seen you before. I take it you're a freighter captain? If you're here to better yourself, you'll have to wait. We're having a spot of trouble with our delivery service. He must be referring to Irion. I'm sure the fool's gotten himself into another scrape. I'm beginning to wonder if I'm ever gonna get my service mechanicals at this rate. Our delivery man. A brave idiot with a penchant for getting himself delayed. So I'd be grateful if you'd spare the time. We need his delivery soon as yesterday. Last he told me, he was taking a shortcut by Scylla, an asteroid in the Charybdis cluster. That's where I'd start, were I the adventuring type. You look out, though.
We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story.
If you're here for this week's magazine club meeting, you're a touch late. Yes, dearie? Take that darling ship of yours down to Roseway, where that distress signal I told you about came from. Shouldn't be too tough for a fella like you, I'd think. I've got a lovely little throw pillow.
Rizzo's Purple Punch. You want a punch? You've got your punch right here.
Who wants to play an impromptu tossball match? No one? Really?
Move along. I don't have time for this.
Unless you're here to file an incident report or to inquire about the bounty posting, I must got a hot one for you. Captain Gunnar McRed. Just 26 hours old. The posting, that is. Not the criminal. Allegations include several counts of flying under the influence, carrying open alcoholic containers. Swerving in the air was more like it. Then he crashed hard into the dock and spilled Rizzo's vial. Last tip we got pointed toward the back bays. You want the reward? Do the legwork. Oh, I will. Soon as the chief approves the personnel reorg required for a bounty dispatch. So, in about 3 to... You and about 6 other enterprising mavericks. It's only a matter of time before someone brings me McRed. I do hope you're the lucky hunter, though. Good luck.
Rizzo's Purple Berry Fudge. A soft, sour, candy swamp aroma. Purple berry flavor. Have you seen this man? Reward offered for information leading to the capture of noted terrorist Minion 12. Report any sightings to your local...
Neighbor from above. What brings you to my little moonlight kingdom? Listen to the fire of those convictions. Alive or dead? Rare or medium? What's it gonna be? How do you want me cooked, bounty hunter? My flame? Shit. Little Flick here got me started on the pyro path. Fine. He's yours. Give him a good home.
Don't worry, Mr. McRed. We'll treat Mr. Flick extra nice on account of he's your friend.
You call your lighter Little Flick?
I'll miss my baby pyro, but it beats losing my head. This court needs its king, and I'm one of a kind. Keen eyes you got there. Zanita gave me this lighter. We had a carnal understanding a few years back, and she wanted me to have something to remember her by.
You look like someone who's taking their share of cut. We also have a line of specialized melee weapons.
They're terror fresh from the grinder. CNP near Miss CNP chicken and potatoes. At CNP, we know our CNP.
How goes the hunt? I've been ruminating on it, and I decided... Nothing excessive, mind you, but the scoundrel deserves a light beating at least before he kicks off. Here's the bounty payout. Nice work down there. With any luck, we can hire more sharp-eyed bounty hunters like you in the future. Do I look like your gossipy best friend? While I'm on post, I take my duties real serious. I would have no qualms whatsoever, as I'm not here for a chat. We're the security force. The original folks started...
Hey, be careful with those crates, huh?
Hey, you got a second? Fancy running into you again. Gotta hand it to you, boss. That's a fine-looking ship. Only thing it's missing is me. Yes, I absolutely am. Just give me a shot. That's all I'm asking. I could be the best damn crew you ever hired. You're serious? You're giving me a shot? All right. Hang on. I put together a little speech, just in case you asked. Hey there. I'm Felix Millstone. I have prepared a list of reasons why I believe you should hire me to join the crew of your ship and/or outlaw gang. Firstly, I am highly who is not of the jackass persuasion.
Sorry. He's funny.
Secondly, I can firefight, standoff, and/or raid. My motto is, if you need a steady gun hand, I'm your man. That motto is it's a work in progress. Additionally, I have several years of experience as a box hauler. This skill may come in handy if you need a body dragged away or a door held open while escaping enemy fire. In conclusion, thank you for considering me for your ship crew and/or outlaw gang. I look forward to our adventures together.
I thought that was real good, Felix.
Thanks for the vote of confidence. What do you think? Am I in? Wow. You don't know how long I've been waiting to hear that. Thanks, boss. You're not gonna regret this. I'll just gather my personals and meet you on board. This is gonna be great.
Really? We're picking up strays now?
Look at that. A real vicar. I'm sure we'll get along like a church on fire.
Back for a rest? Space adventuring is tiring work. Welcome back, Captain. How can I be of assistance? Yes, Captain. Beginning playback now.
There's viscera and death everywhere. Gunfire, gnashing teeth. The unemployed. For law's sake, if anyone's receiving this, please send help. What? No!
Captain, we are now capable of accessing the Roseway landing pad. Also, corporate protocol requires that all distress signals include a list of key personnel for retrieval. The embedded names are Anton Crane, Vaughn Cortez, and Orson Shaw. I have lots of minutes. Many minutes. Unlimited minutes, perhaps. I prefer to think of it as being in a state of slumber, perhaps for an indefinite duration of time. When I simulate myself in such a scenario, I'm traveling the system with you, Captain. Do you know what it feels like when the ship undergoes an unexpected power surge? As you may be aware, Captain Alex Hawthorne was a smuggler of some repute. I failed. In our travels together, Alex liked to pass time. If you mean, was Captain Hawthorne my first? Yes, he was. How can I be of assistance?
We are now in orbit above Edgewater, Captain.
That had to hurt. That was fun! That's one down.
Here we go.
Yeah! Now that was fun!
This is where...
I never got a chance to thank you for hearing me out. No kidding! Look at that! Building a computing machine out of Spectrum potatoes, a primer. I'm just glad it survived all these years. Aside from you, Ms. Parvati.
I'm glad we could help, Thomas.
I've been saving something for you. I'm happy when I'm working with my hands. Just gotta convince...
You some sort of freelancer?
Got him, boss.
Inside voices.
I love a good brawl.
Oh, look at us. Here they come.
Got this.
gotta hurt. Woohoo!
Everyone all right?
Don't mess with us.
I can do this all day!
You got him! Everyone all right?
Let's take him down!
Wow, not even a scratch!
That's what you get.
Oh, you got that? Here we go! We're pretty good at this. Heads down.
All right, here we go.
In one piece?
Don't mess with us.
Gosh, that's clever.
Warning, intruders will be... Oh, it's you. We're now in orbit above Roseway, Captain.